What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the stream, Office Hours. So, for those of you guys that don't know, Office Hours are Wednesday, 3 p.m. to 4:35. If someone has more and more questions, and people come on, we connect, we talk, I answer questions, and if no one has questions, I'm just working. So right now I'm currently, and I usually am working on something that's non-confidential. A lot of stuff that I usually do, answer emails and stuff like that, is kind of confidential because it has to do with loans, and people's money and wiring instructions, et cetera, et cetera. So right now, one thing that I can show you guys that I'm working on for all Gators is a usury and foreclosure laws by state. This is important because when you do a ton of loans, you want to make sure you understand the usury laws. For those of you guys that aren't familiar, usury laws are laws referring to the maximum interest rate. So in some states like Texas, there's a maximum interest rate. Texas is 18%, I think. That's why I'm doing the research and having it organized in an organized fashion. But Texas is 18%. And if you're charging over 18%, the borrower can actually sue you. And then you not only are not going to get your return, you might not even be able to get back the principal that you lent. So I'm putting together this spreadsheet for usury laws and foreclosure laws because I get a ton of requests for loans that are not in Georgia, which is the only place that Abraham and I personally fund. And so if I'm going to be telling other people, hey, here's a loan opportunity, I want them to be equipped with the risk and all the information they need. The other thing is the foreclosure laws are different in every state. So if anyone has questions, you can join the stream and I'm happy to answer them. But in the meantime, I'm just researching. So happy to chat, happy to connect. Vanessa, what's going on? Good to see you in here again. I know that you had some loans. Actually, it would be cool if you hopped up here. We could underwrite your loans together. If you're available, I would love to underwrite some of your loans together. That'd be cool. But other than that, let's hop right into it. If you guys have questions for me, let me put here. If you have questions and want to connect, join the stream. Vanessa, what's happening?
Hey, what's up? I'm excited.
Yeah? Have you underwrote a loan before?
Yes.
Okay, let me pull up. Is it okay if I pull up the address? Is it okay?
Yeah.
Or should we do this on Zoom privately? I won't disclose any details of the borrower or anything.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, let me
Yeah, because I got about 8 in the pipeline right now, so I want to make sure I'm doing it correctly.
So let's talk about how you're getting these funding opportunities. What did you do? Because the number one question that I get asked, like, how do I find these people? How do I find loans? And I'm like, guys, they're everywhere if you just look. So tell everyone how you're doing it.
Yeah, so I think the funniest thing I've heard Kevin Cho say is like, selling money is the easiest thing ever. And it really is, because people need money. You don't really have to sell it. They come to you as long as you put yourself out there. So number one way is social media. I had somebody approach me on Facebook and was like, hey, I see you're doing, because you have to kind of brand yourself as to your intention of what you're doing when you're out in social media. You don't just want to consume, you want to make sure you're using it for your benefit and reaching your goals. So I put myself out there as a hard money lender resource or affiliate, private money and EMD. And so I go in groups and I introduce myself, like specific groups for hard money, real estate, nationwide. And I just put my face out there. I may make a post. Most of my posts are from my personal page, and I make them public. So if somebody does come across my page, they want to add me as a friend, they can see.
You can already see it.
They already see what I'm about. So people DM me, hey, I'm new or I'm transitioning. I network a lot, and people always need money, especially if you're a wholesaler. They're going to need money for your deals that you're trying to sell them. So you can be 2 for 1 in that instance. And so I had somebody approach me. He's not in sub two, not in Gator. And that's another thing too, is you guys have to like branch out of that.
Exactly.
Everybody's doing the same thing within this network if you're in it. You got to go to your local RIAs. You got to go outside. There's so many other investors. You can't just silo yourself. And so he's like, I have a whole bunch. And I said, okay, well, let's see what you got. So quickly, like honestly, within like 2 hours, I made a page to funnel these people in. I saw what you needed to underwrite, and I will get kind of the gist to start. And then I get on the phone with them to make sure, like, who are these people? Are they legit? I ask them the rest of the questions that you need answered, and we go from there. So that's kind of how I'm getting my feet wet with that. The other thing is, if you are in other mentorships, like before I joined Sub 2, I started in another one. And those investors also need PML. So now I've positioned myself within that group to be PML, EMD, and a hard money resource or affiliate. So if you're in other mentorships or communities, now you can kind of leverage that within that group. If you have a personal page, brand yourself and be intentional about what you're about and talk about it, and people will come to you.
100%. 100%. It's not selling. I love the thing that you said at first. Selling money is the easiest thing.
It really is. Like if you think about it,
hard. You
No.
want to get into an easy business that is like a slept on. It's not like, I don't even know how to describe it. Honestly, describe lending, because it's just a no brainer. You know, if you know where the money is and you know where the money's needed, you should be able to be fine in life.
Right. I mean, the biggest barrier I see is they want to make sure that you're legit, right? Because there are a lot of scammer lenders out there, and that you meet their criteria in terms of lending, you know, percentages and points, whatever you're asking, and that they can rely on you, especially for fix and flips. They're fast. Like
Right.
they're like, they want to move very quickly. So they want to make sure they can secure funding quickly. So you have to be responsive and kind of match them. Once you get to know them, obviously, because that's another red flag I've noticed is like when people are like, I need it tomorrow. I'm like,
No.
nah,
All right, yeah, good luck.
not me.
You know. So I want to pull up this property. Is it okay if I have the address here and present it?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's see here. So this is the property. Have you seen anything or know anything about this house yet?
No.
Okay. Do you have pictures of it by any chance?
Oh, no.
Okay. So
I can ask.
So that's one thing that I have to add to my sheet as well, and that anyone who's going to do a loan, because the pictures are online.
Yeah.
Anyone who's going to do a loan should always get, because that's how you have to figure out the as is value.
Okay.
So this person's in Philadelphia, the borrower.
Yes, I believe so. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the first thing that I'm going to do is comp it to figure out how much it's worth right now.
Okay.
So the way that I do that, I duplicate the tab so that I have the listing there. And there, a lot of people have different ways to comp. Abraham Gray is the one who taught me how to comp in the way that I use every day. I used to comp really detailed and really nitty gritty. It could take anywhere from 10 to 20 minutes if you want to get into every single detail. But the way that I do it very quickly, when you're dealing with volume, you want to move fast. I'm looking at the square footage and I'm looking at the year built. So this property is like some sort of, is a single family house, or are these connected? So they're separate.
Yeah.
Wow, this house looks like this is pretty bad.
Yeah, definitely a fix and flip.
Right. So it's 2,000 square feet and it was built in 1915. So let's go over here. And then I research it so that we can get a zoom in on the street. Man. This is Chancellor. Okay, so it's right here. So now I'm going to go sold. Typically, you want to be within 10% of the square feet. So, right around here, 2,000. I don't really want to be looking at things that are bigger than 2250. And then it's built in 1915. So usually I'm going within 10 years. Since the house is a little bit older, I'm going to go a little bit more just to make sure that we have enough comps. So it's built in 1915. I'll probably do 1930, 15 years. And I don't really care about older or smaller, because if it's older or smaller, it's only going to be worth less, not more.
Okay.
I just make these my maxes. And I usually do sold within the last 90 days. And take a look. So there's a house right here. So I want to sort newest. So this house, a couple streets down.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I don't like about Philadelphia is that it could change drastically from street to street. So I would want to make sure whoever's flipping it has some experience in this market and has done some flips. And by the way, there are five things that I rank so we rank the risk of every single loan that we're doing, especially when we're connecting deals, and we rank it on a 1 to 5 scale. The 4 things that we look at: number 1 is the loan to value. How much is the house worth, and how much is our loan of that value? The second thing we look at is the position. Are we in first position, second position, third position? How many other lenders are in front of us?
Mm-hmm.
The third thing we look at is the person who's borrowing. So their experience borrowing money, their experience flipping. Do they have any HUDs? Have they done any deals in the past 6 or 7 months? And then the last thing that we look at is the state and the state foreclosure laws, to make sure that, if the person who's lending on it, if everything hit the fan, how long would it take for them to foreclose on it and actually get their money back? Okay. So those are really like the 4 qualifying factors of how risky a loan could be.
That's good.
Let's see here. So this house sold down the street, 4 bedrooms, 5 bathrooms. This one's 5.2. Let's see here. So this house wasn't super renovated, if it was in this condition.
But definitely livable. The other one is not.
It's a multi-unit.
Okay.
So this is currently used as 5 units, legally zoned as 4 units. So it's not a great comp, because ours is a single family house. Ours is listed at $249. And the guy said, by the way, on your submission, I'm not sure because it has a lot of borrower information, but you said the outstanding loan balance on this is $371. Is that correct? Or does he have any other loans on it?
Give me 1 second. Let me see what you said. This one's for Chancellor. Chancellor. Okay. Okay, so
it seems like there's a lot of multi-units. Is his a multi-unit? Let me read.
That's what I was looking at too, because there's only the one stair.
Residential. So this
semi-detached twin. What the heck is that? Okay, so he needs 7. Yeah. This is only for closing costs and fees. He already has a loan out.
So let me make sure I have all the details right. The borrower is requesting $150K. Right?
The Chancellor?
Yeah, that's what I have in the submission. Here, let me stop my screen share so that I can double check. I have that the borrower is requesting
amount funding needed. I have $75K.
Okay, 75. So he's requesting $75K.
Mm-hmm.
And he's offering in return $37,500.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
37.5, and it's 225, and he's saying the ARV is 551.
But what are the loans that are on it currently?
Let me see my notes.
Because that's really important to know. If you're not in first position, anyone who's doing loans, if you're not in first position, you have to know how much are the loans that are on it already. Oh, hi Karina, hi Elizabeth. Nice to see you guys in here.
Let me see.
That there's some people, but if you're not in first position, if you're in second or third or fourth, whatever the case is, it's so important to know how much is the loan in front of you, how much is the principal, how much are the fees, because if the borrower stops paying the first lien position, then their fees could eat into your profit. So the first thing that we look at is loan to value. So we have to know how much loans are already eaten up based on the value that the house has now.
Okay.
So I have that you submitted that there's $371,875 worth of loans on the house already. Is that correct?
Yeah, I think that is right. Oh, yes, that is right.
So
'Cause he-
so my question immediately. So let's keep comping because
Okay.
because we're still trying to figure out how much it's worth right now.
Okay. Yeah, he needs 75. That sounds right. 225, 551. Okay.
So this house sold for $350 in December.
Okay.
Sold, but it's a triplex also,
Oh, okay.
so that doesn't help. It sold on the MLS for $350. Let me see if it sold in this condition. Realtor.com always has photos. So there are some photos there, but I just want to make sure it sold in that condition. Sorry, that's our house. So this Realtor.com only has one photo, and this says it's a studio. So that's odd.
This is really weird.
Yeah, but you just have to do some digging.
Okay.
So this one sold in December of 2023 for $330. It looks really nice. 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath. So this right now is the best comp that we have because the other two that we looked at have been multifamily properties. This is a single family, 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath. Ours is 5 bed, 2.5. This is 1,600 square feet. It's a little bit smaller than ours. Actually, it's a lot smaller than ours, but it's the only single family that's popped up so far. Let's look at the photos on this house when it's sold. Damn, it just has one picture. So odd. Let me check Redfin. Just one picture as well. So if this is the right picture, I mean, this house looks like it was remodeled.
Yeah, for sure.
So let me look at the other ones. So this one is a couple streets away. So this is where our house is on Chancellor Street. This one's crossing two major roads up here, 330. So it's farther. Let's see. This sold right around the corner, 163 in November, 1,700 square feet. It sold off market, maybe to a cash investor. It's hard to tell when it's off market.
Okay.
Now 179 over here, a couple blocks away. Not renovated. So there are some houses right now that are in better shape. They're not super renovated like this, but they're definitely in better shape than this house. Would you agree?
I agree. Yes.
And they sold for less. Now they are a little bit smaller, but even when you do price per square feet, $1,600, $330. So this one sold for $99 per square foot. Even when you do price per square feet, this should be selling somewhere around 200 as is. And that's if it was in this condition. It's not. It's in worse condition.
Right.
So what I'm trying to say is the as is value of this house is much lower than 250.
Yeah, he bought too high.
Yeah, and the good thing is he hasn't bought yet. I would go back to this borrower and say, hey, there are 4 things that I look at. The first one is loan to value, and this property didn't even pass the first test.
Okay.
If you bought it right now at 250, the loan to value would be the house isn't worth 250. That's probably why it sat on the market for 44 days and didn't get an investor to buy it.
Okay.
But that's the first thing that I would do. Also, it's kind of odd that I would definitely ask this person for their experience and who they're doing the flips with, how many flips they've done.
Mm-hmm.
Because typically, if someone knows what they're doing, they want to submit something like this.
Okay.
My other piece of curiosity is who are the other lenders that are involved in this 371?
Okay. Who are the other lenders?
Yeah, like what is their loan being used for? Because how much could this person possibly need to rehab this house? I mean, if they manage to get a loan for 250 for the purchase, great. I don't know. I would never do that, but maybe somebody will. But then, the difference between 371 and 250 is a lot of money.
Right.
What is that money being used for? You know what I mean? And why do you need more money now?
Okay.
So those are the things that I would look at. You have any questions?
For why? Okay. No, I guess the questions will come up once he answers me, like, oh yeah, I got this. And I also want to know where he got this 551 ARV from.
Yeah, because I mean, we saw some stuff selling for it was technically a 4-plex operating as a 5-plex, and even that didn't sell for over 450.
Okay.
So it's just like kind of crazy numbers.
Okay.
Good. But the other thing, so that's loan to value. The second thing that I would look at is the position. So this 371, we would never do this deal, just so you know. We would never, but I'm just letting you know the other things that we would look at.
Right.
The 371, it's a very odd number. So is that coming from one lender? Is that coming from 2? Is that coming from 3? Because if there's 3 lenders on it and you're the 4th lender on it, you can almost guarantee that you're going to lose money. You want to be first, second. Second is even tough. Second, you're at a lot of risk. Third is like crazy risky. But once you're 4 and 5 and 6, you can almost. It's just a bad deal. It's just a bad deal at that point.
Okay.
So that's the other important thing for the outstanding loan balance. When someone tells you they already have loans on the property, it's so important to figure out how many loans, how much the loans are, like what was that money used for, and what do you need more capital for? Because clearly things aren't going to plan if you get 4, 5, 6 loans.
Right. Okay. How many loans, what position, and what are the terms?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. Vanessa, it's so good to see you again. I like your style too.
Thanks.
Where are you from?
Where am I from? I'm in California. I'm from California.
You were born and raised in California?
Yeah, I was born in San Francisco.
So you look like you're working from home. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I mean, I do this from home, but I'm actually in healthcare as my
yeah, you told me. You told me part-time. So you just walk around your house this stylish.
It's cold.
Literally, if I didn't come to my office every day, I would be in a robe. Like, I mean, I have to have an office, or else I just won't be in the mindset of work.
Some days, like,
because you look like you did your hair nicely. Like, if I worked at my house, like, I would not be on Zooms. I would not.
It depends. You know why? Because you get stuck in a rut, like when you start dressing like that, and then it makes you lazy and sleepy.
That is true.
And then it's raining and cold. Like, I'm trying to like hype myself up. Like, okay, we got business to do. I can't be laying on the couch all day.
Yeah, 100%. So, I don't remember correctly if you're in Gator or not. Remind me. So we have a deal or no deal Zoom tomorrow at 6. I think it's at 4 p.m. Eastern. So that'll be 1 p.m. your time. where we're going to be going through some of the stuff that I just went through, telling people why their deals are good or their loans opportunities are not good. Me and Abraham run that Zoom. So that'll be a really good Zoom to attend. And then from there, watching me do it, watching us do it is good. But what I would recommend you do is go on to Keegly and just do like 5 houses a day. Figure out what the value is. Figure out what's a safe loan, probably 50% loan to value. Then figure out a more risky loan. Figure out what the 80%, 85% loan to value is. Just get practice comping, because when you're doing money lending and stuff like that, it's so important to understand what the house is worth.
Okay. So essentially, I will do like a preliminary underwrite, see if this is even something you will touch.
Exactly.
And then put it in. Okay, I'm down with that. I can do that.
Here's the thing: if the house is worth $100,000 and someone's asking for $120,000, number one, I'm gonna say why, and like that's a very risky loan for me to do. Would you agree? That's a risk. If a house is worth $100,000 and someone's asking for $120,000. In this scenario, put it in perspective. They're asking for like $200,000. It's like, what the fuck? Like, what are you asking for? Like, so number one, I'm saying why. Number two, what do you need that money for? And number three, since the risk is more, what are you willing to pay for that? Right?
Yeah.
Because if you're doing a first position loan at 50% of the value, sure, 12%, 15% is good. But if you're asking me to actually loan more than what the house is even worth, you have to understand how risky that is as a lender, and are you prepared to pay the returns?
Okay.
This deal that you sent, this 75K for a return of 3,700, that's a pretty good return. But this loan is outrageous, and I think we broke down some of the reasons why. So I'd go back to this borrower, ask a little bit about their experience, ask what they're trying to accomplish. I would attempt to build a relationship with this guy and like kind of break down some of the things that we look at so that he understands what we're looking for, if it's someone who you feel like has intelligence and you can do deals with. If you go to them and they're like, well, I don't know, I got these comps from a realtor, this is my first flip, then break it down, teach them, and then move on to someone who you can really have recurring revenue with.
Okay, I like that. So say I underwrite and I'm like, okay, this looks legit, 50% LTV. I'm going to submit it. What is like the turnaround time for you guys? Because
as soon as we have a deal that the loan to value makes sense on, we really don't want to be sending out stuff, because we have a list of lenders that have explained to us their criteria. They've explained to us what they're comfortable with. So we don't want to be entertaining stuff and sending out stuff that doesn't make sense for them. But as soon as we have a good opportunity, we're responding same day, within 24 hours.
Okay.
And on the bad stuff, I try to reach out and say, hey, this is bad. But the reality is sometimes I just move on without saying anything.
Oh, got it. Okay.
It's not a great habit that I have, but that's what happened for some of these deals that I've underwrote. Like if it's just outrageous, I'm just like, what are these people thinking? And I just forget about it.
Okay. Because you could quickly tell just off the comps, like, no, there's no way.
And that's why I kind of try to comp quickly, because within 5 to 10 minutes, you can kind of tell if it's something to entertain.
Okay.
Yeah. And one thing to be aware of, not every loan that you get requested is going to be under the loan to value. A lot of times fix and flippers will request money in second position, or, for their rehab. But you just have to be able to explain to them how much of a risk that is for the lender, and explain to them that a private money loan in that position with that amount of risk is going to cost more. They're probably going to have to take draws. It's a different process than as if it was a first position loan at 50-75% loan to value, as it would be if you're a second position lending more than what the house is worth. And you just have to break that down sometimes.
Okay. Yeah, I think what I'm finding is a lot of the perception of the PML is that you're like a hard money. And I'm like, no, this is, they want hard and fast rates. And I'm like, that's not how this works. Like every case is individual and unique.
Yeah.
And this is, yeah.
I might have a good connection for you. You have my number. You texted me, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's this guy I know. His name's Julian. I don't do hard money, but this is all he does. All he does is hard money, and he set me up with an affiliate link for hard money, so that this might be good for you too, to connect with him, so that you could get an affiliate link for hard money, so that people that connect with you that are genuinely looking for hard money, you could send them through your form and have some residual income coming to you. So just text me to remind me to connect you with him.
Okay. Yeah, because a lot of the issue too is they don't lend in California, or they don't want second position for
Who?
gap.
Who? Hard money stuff?
Yeah, some of them. And so I'm trying to find.
Julian's the best. He's everywhere.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I will text you on that. I think
I
that's
got
it. Yeah, I got like 2 more, so I'll practice on my underwriting before I submit, and I kind of have the framework here of what's gonna go or not, and then
Yeah,
I'll.
you don't even have to go to Keighley. You have real opportunities. That's awesome.
Yeah. Well, I think Keekley's good too because they already bought the deal and they're reselling it. So I can kind of see where they maybe bought from. I don't know what their profit is on their resales.
Right.
Maybe 10 to 15K they make. I'm not sure. But at least I can see, okay, my target should be around here.
Right. Cool.
Thank you.
Yeah. Let me know how it goes on the other two. I saw one more request in here, but
that was a guy that wanted like I want a rate, and I'm like I don't have a rate.
So I can connect you with Julian, and you could just say, hey, if you want hard money, talk to my guy. You know,
Okay.
you can tell them that you spend your time with private money, which in turn is more expensive.
You gotta say hi. This is Nathaniel at the title company. He wants to make sure that me and you.
Hey, Nathaniel, it's me, Alexis.
Hey, okay, that's all the verification I needed, just that this number was legit.
Yep.
Because I know we've spoken already. Okay, I'll
You
keep both of you guys
verified
posted. Our
He
account
wants to
just
send it
wants
to Atlanta
make
Wave.
sure
That's what you sent.
back to whoever sent it, and
Yeah, we will. I'm not sure
you're
about
not
Atlanta
with
Wave.
that. So I'll post it to you guys too.
So do you want the new wire instructions?
I gave it to him.
Okay.
So Alexis sent the wire, and she doesn't have access to the Gold Property Partners. She only has Atlanta Wealth Wave, so she sent it from there. But it's like very extremely rare we use that account. But I gave you the account number. I'll send you an email back, copy Alexis and Jade and you, and just confirm it by email also.
Okay, perfect.
All right, we'll be looking for it.
Thank you.
All right, thanks.
Okay, thanks.
Did he call you or did you call him
You called me
for wire instructions?
because he had it on the payoff.
Okay, gotcha.
Real business in there.
Yeah, we're getting a wire back today from the title company. It was such a pain from this EMD deal, but it went through, so it's all good.
Okay. Oh, and I was going to ask you. I saw your event in March.
Yes. Oh my God, I should talk about this. Let me see.
Yes. I need a text for the link to buy, but I'm coming.
Let me show everyone. We have an event. You're coming?
Yes.
Oh my
I'm
God.
like, if I go to anything, I'm going to go to this.
Okay, everyone. Abraham. Oh, let me get out of this here. Abraham Gray and I are hosting this event here in March. Yeah. So the reason we came up with this actually, there's my vision board in the back.
Yeah.
Who wants what's important to me?
Your
Abraham Gray and I, we host a lot of calls in Gator. And because we host a ton of calls in Gator, we see all the good and we see all the bad. And the majority of the time, people will call me, Abraham, both of us to figure out how to get their money back or how to get out of bad deals that they did. And so we were like, well, a ton of people are doing this wrong. Like we have to talk about this now. And we try to talk about it as much as we can in Gator. But the thing is, Gator is not focused on PML. It's about transactional lending. It's about EMD. So we're doing tons of PML here. We actually have a fund where we partner with investors and deploy their capital into PML here within 50 miles of Atlanta. And then we were just like, okay, well, tons of people we know want to do PML, but they don't necessarily want to partner, or they don't want to be in Atlanta, or they want to do it in their own area. They want to build it out as their own business. Let's just tell them how to do it correctly. So we're going to go over one thing. We were talking about this today. We didn't put on here, but we're going to go over how to find these borrowers, how to underwrite the loans correctly, vetting people, the different lien positions, why they're important, all the collateral that you should have, the paperwork behind the collateral. It'll be really good for you, Vanessa, if you're like really wanting to get into lending and take it seriously. Anyone who wants to do lending at a high level should definitely be here. And this guy, look at this. This is like the best photo ever of Abraham.
That is.
I think it's time for me to get a new headshot. Who can I hire?
Though. You got that
like
golden hour
yeah,
happening. Yeah.
It is. But it's been a long time, you know. I probably look a little younger here. So anyway, this is going to be an awesome event. It's $477. We only have a couple tickets because we're in a space that we own ourselves. And it's March 4th. So anybody who wants to do lending at a high level, definitely come. You'll learn everything that you need to know in order to lend correctly.
Okay. Yeah. I just need to book my flight and figure out where I'm going to stay. But yeah, I want to go out there.
Excited.
Yeah.
Damn, text me. Maybe I could hook you up with a place or something. Like,
Oh,
definitely text me.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Thank you.
Thanks. See ya.
Bye.
Oh man, she's so cool. And I just met her on the live. We maybe talked a few times before, but I feel like I'm getting to know her through the live. So there's someone else here. Jamez, you there? This guy had probably been in here like 20 minutes and I didn't ever click him. Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey, what's going on?
Nothing much. How are you?
I'm doing great. What's happening? You got your camera by any chance?
Yep.
Sweet. Oh my God, it's my guy James. Bro,
Yeah,
what's
that's me.
I didn't recognize that voice.
No,
It's been too long. It's been too long.
I'm just trying to learn. Just picking up the deets.
Nice. Well, you know how to comp because you wholesale. So loans is just going to be like another skill set to the bucket.
Heck yeah. As many little nuggets as I can pick up.
Man,
That's,
how are you? Where are you located nowadays? You're like trotting the globe.
I'm in South Lake Tahoe.
Every time I talk to you, it's somewhere different.
Well, I rented a place here for a few months because I'm a big snowboarder, and so tons of snow here right now.
Yeah, dude.
You know, sick, bro.
That
Sick,
Cali life. So you done with Orlando?
What?
You're done with Orlando?
For right now, I think after here, I'll be in Austin for a little bit, but I'll be in and out of Orlando and in and out of anywhere I need to be. I'm like not tied down. May even be in Atlanta for a little bit here and there. You never know.
I love it. It's been a long time since we like hung out and seen each other, right?
It has. It's been way too long. I can't even remember. I think the last time I was in Atlanta.
Damn. Yeah, and that
know.
deal.
I mean,
So are you interested in being a lender now, or what's the status? Like, what's going on? What's the update?
That's a good point because I feel like I'm interested on both sides of the equation, right? Like, I want to be a lender, but I'm also always looking for private money as well.
Yeah.
So, and I know,
imposter alert.
I mean, hey, any way you can make it, right?
Oh yeah, sure. Smart move.
But yeah, I mean, for sure. And I've been following. I mean, obviously in Gator, so I've been following, that pretty closely. And I'm not like, my face isn't all over it. I'm not like out there on the boards just because I do have the whole wholesale operation thing going. That obviously I've used you guys plenty of times.
Yeah. So would you say Abraham and I are pretty responsive on our?
Oh, you are by far. So, and it really depends on how you like to work. But you and Abraham specifically, work perfectly for the way I like to work, right? Yeah. Like and obviously love hanging out with you. I love hanging out with Abraham, but I don't need to call Abraham every day and be like, "Hey, Abraham, how you doing? How things going?" No, I'm like, "Hey, Abraham, can you send the wire?" Great, perfect. Title company, boom, boom. Like no one has time for that kind of stuff, right? So, you guys are just like matter of fact, straight to the point, fast, and that's how this game is, right? So, that's what I like about it for sure. And it's always, it's there's no wishy-washy. It's like it is what it is or it's not, So as long as we follow guidelines, I think you guys have been the easiest and best money people to work with by far, and the cheapest. So You put all that stuff together.
Abraham, like, we host these calls on Gator, I'm sure you know, and we'll have people come up and just tell their life story. One time he was like, "Okay, I'm gonna let Alexis answer this," and the lady just started talking, and he was just like, "You just have to." After the Zoom was over, he was like, "You just have to cut these people off. Like, you just need to get the information that's important. Anything else is not important. Like, we don't have time."
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, you know, like everyone else is looking for those nuggets. And so, you know, of course, everyone likes to explain where they're at in their investing journey, in their wholesale journey, in their lending journey. And those stories sometimes go on and on and on. And it's like, all right.
It is. It's because I came from direct to seller, and so in direct to seller, you never cut the seller off. You always let them talk because they might drop another pain point. But in lending,
For
it's
sure.
like we need to move through this, and we only need this information. Like I don't want shit else. So it's definitely been like a transition, learning to cut people off and like not waste time. When you're doing
That's
tons
awesome.
of volume, you know, you have to kind of be kind of strict.
Yeah, I mean, you guys have pretty much cornered this specific market. And I'm sure you're just killing it because, you know, obviously.
There are tons of stuff there are tons and tons of double closes that we don't do. I'm still marketing daily. I called title companies. I email title companies. Every single person that we work with, I follow up with because
What do you mean you don't do them?
No. I'm saying there are tons of double closes that happen that
I see.
we don't have access to. Like we've maybe cornered, you know, your market with your business and helping you run, but there's tons that we're not doing. But I wish we could.
I mean, it's have you guys so I know obviously you and Abraham, this is like your main thing, and you know, Abraham is just kind of, you know, doing it with you, but I know you kind of head the whole thing. I mean, have you guys hired or like, and I know you have your team, you know, the door knocking team, and you have now you have like this spread of lenders that you work with or that you're teaching or what have you. But have you actually hired internal people to help go out and talk to these title companies?
It's been so long since we've talked, James. Like
I know.
So long. Like we need to have a whole like but yeah, so I recently hired 2 people. They were in the office yesterday. It was actually their first day, but they're going to be doing marketing. They're doing marketing, and not only are they doing marketing for double closes, it's largely PML stuff. So Abraham and I do a ton of PML in Atlanta. We have a fund now, so that's one thing that is
only Atlanta, right?
Yeah, within 50 miles of Atlanta. But because we get a ton of requests outside of that, you know, we're taking people on to go out and get more of these requests in. Hey, we have money, we want to fund deals, and then we're connecting people in Gator who have the capital and connecting people who are outside of Atlanta who've requested funds from us. But those 2 people are mainly doing marketing. And then we have Jade, which is our TC. She handles all the paperwork, especially on EMD and double closes. PML, I don't know if she's as familiar with. She's mainly for EMD and double closes, just Gator stuff. We're partnered with Pace on PaceAbraham.com.
I saw. Okay, yeah.
On that, like kind of or venture together. But on all of our PML stuff, Abraham handles it. Like I don't know how he does it. This is our partnership works so well because I handle all the investors, people who are coming into the fund, people who want to put their money in, people who have questions on what we're doing. For example, the event that we have, I'm handling all of the, you know, people who are signing up, people need hotels, whatever it is, organization, building modules. And in the actual investing, Abraham handles all of the borrower management, making sure that we're getting monthly payments. And he's been doing that for 20 years. So, like, why would I step in and learn something that I don't know how to do, that I don't know as well? And why not just do marketing and continue talking to people and talking about the loans that we're doing, continuing to talk about the principles behind the loans that we're doing. Like his organization is on spreadsheet. I could never get behind that. Like I need a CRM. Like if we're not going to do it my way, I'm going to be so frustrated. So it works out really well in a way that, you know, he does his part, I do my part, and then we come together on 1 or 2 spreadsheets that we can both understand. Because his spreadsheets, I don't understand. My stuff for management, he doesn't understand, like the CRM. We use Monday.com, and he never goes in there. Me and Jade always have to email him. We always have for
That
him
old school.
for him to put it on his spreadsheet for him to understand what's happening.
Yeah.
It's
I mean, they
crazy.
went from, writing in a notepad to their notepad just being on the computer now, right? That's all they know. And
Look,
so-
say hi. It's James. We've done a ton of double closes with him.
What's up? We got some more double closes?
I think everything this month so far has been assignments.
Okay, good for you.
But I'm.
Us.
I mean, assignments are beautiful, but
Yeah,
that being said, I mean, anytime we're coming with a double close, it's the only main reason is because there's either a big spread, and you don't really want that to be out there.
All
But
right.
yeah.
Cool.
How many people are on this call right now, by the way?
There's 5 people live watching.
Nice.
He wants to talk to you about the fun.
What's going on?
Have you been to his ice cream store? You even?
No, what's the store?
Oh, it's on Roswell, right by.
Some people
Taco
don't have
Bell.
good ice cream.
Oh yeah, I go there all the time. I didn't even know
Yeah,
it
he
was
owns
yours.
it. Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay, let me end this live so I can. Someone wants to talk about the fun, James. Gotta go.
Yeah, that's well before I feel it.
All right, thank you for being on. Hey, let's grab lunch or something next time you're in town. See ya.
Will do. I'll let you know.
Peace out, everybody. Bye.
Yeah.